Hey Cheryl, so I was just reading about quantum computing, and it's like emerging as this huge thing for climate change. Like, that really caught my attention.
Audrey, absolutely. It's wild, right? It's not just hype. Quantum tech, it's starting to really tackle problems that classical computers honestly just can't touch, especially with climate stuff. It's super exciting.
Yeah, that's what I gathered. Like, the whole carbon capture thing, how does quantum actually help with that? Because that's a massive challenge.
Okay, so picture this. Quantum computers are amazing at simulating molecular interactions, like at an atomic level. This is crucial for designing new materials for really efficient carbon capture. Like they're helping identify the best compounds, like optimizing amine-based solvents or modeling metal organic frameworks, MOFs. These are the kinds of materials that can capture CO2.
Wow, so it's about like finding the perfect sponge?
Exactly. And not just finding it, but accelerating the discovery process. Like these simulations can speed up how we find materials that have way higher absorption rates, which means eventually reducing the cost and energy intensity for carbon capture to like below $100 a ton, which is like a critical threshold to make it actually viable on a huge scale. It's a game changer.
$100 a ton? That's insane. And you mentioned other stuff too, like renewable energy. Managing wind and solar, that's super tricky because, the sun isn't always shining, the wind isn't always blowing. How does quantum help there?
Oh, this is another huge one. So, managing intermittent energy sources like solar and wind, it needs super advanced optimization. And that's just a core strength for quantum algorithms. Like the Quantum Approximate Optimization Algorithm, QAOA, can seriously enhance weather forecasts and energy output predictions. That leads to, real-time modeling of grid operations.
So it's like making the grid smarter?
Totally. It means more precise scheduling and dispatching of renewable energy, less waste, maximum efficiency. But it gets even cooler. Quantum computing also plays a big role in next-gen batteries and energy storage. We're talking simulating complex chemical reactions to discover breakthrough materials with higher energy density, longer lifespans, better efficiency. Companies like Google Quantum AI and IBM are all over this research. And like quantum annealing, that specific type of quantum computing, it can optimize energy distribution strategies way faster, improving grid efficiency by like 10 to 30%. That's a massive leap forward. It really is. And it ties into climate modeling too. Classical models, they really struggle with the sheer complexity of Earth's systems, especially when you want like super high resolution, localized predictions. That's where quantum steps in.
Oh, so like predicting exactly where a storm's gonna hit, but way better?
Exactly. Quantum enhanced simulations could give us way more accurate and faster forecasts. It's about accelerating those differential equations at the core of climate models and improving how they represent tiny things like cloud formation or turbulence through quantum machine learning. This means better prep for extreme weather, better policy decisions. Seriously, we're talking about reducing complex simulations from months to minutes. Real-time stuff. Think of how that helps prepare for, like extreme weather events or just making more informed policy decisions around, climate change.
Minutes? That's just mind-blowing, honestly. The sheer speed alone could like fundamentally change how we react. So the sheer speed sounds incredible for climate modeling, like fundamentally changing how we react. But it sounds incredibly complex, Cheryl. What are the big hurdles? Because it can't all be smooth sailing, right?
Definitely not smooth sailing, Audrey. The biggest one is hardware. It's still super experimental, fragile, and expensive. Current devices are limited to just a few hundred qubits, and they're really susceptible to noise, making fault-tolerant quantum computing a future goal. And then, scalability and error rates are a huge challenge just due to the extreme precision and fragility of quantum states.
So, early stages still?
Totally. But there's promising stuff, like new polymers maintaining quantum coherence at room temperature. That would be revolutionary, eliminating those extreme cooling systems. And there's also the risk of accessibility. Who benefits? But the complexity invites collaboration. Governments, research, industry, they all realize shared resources are key, like IBM's Quantum Climate Initiative. That collaborative approach is really how we'll push past these hurdles and realize the potential.
That's a really hopeful note. Despite the hurdles, that collaboration and the immense potential, it's genuine.